24 degrees north and 80 degrees west places you in a fishing wonderland. It's no man-made park, no express lanes, no ticket lines, no magical light shows, and no skyscrapers touching the clouds. It's primitive and beautiful. It's tropical and natural. It's organic and salty. It remains today how God created it, and it's called Islamorada.
Hit him! Woo! Hey! Hey! Just like that. Yeah!
Give it to him. Give it to him.
I gave it to him.
Give it to him, son. Give it to him.
Oh. Oh boy.
I got it.
Got him. Now we're getting caught up.
Now we're getting caught up in a world.
History is about the stories of past events. A great deal of fishing history has been created right here in Islamorada. Men have become fishermen, and through their desire to explore and learn, they have designated this special place as one of the most unique in the world. When this fishery was discovered, anglers caught and killed tarpon, only to hang them up as trophies of admiration. Thankfully, respect for the fishery has evolved over the years. In the late 80s, fly fishing guides and anglers realized how precious and sensitive this resource was, and they gave birth to the catch and release mindset that exists today. One thing that hasn't changed over the years is the tarpon migration that takes place under the waterline in Islamorada. Anglers are curious people. We always want to know more about our surroundings and species we pursue. This is specifically true for tarpon anglers. Where do tarpon go when they leave the Florida Keys? Where do they come from? How long do they stay in Islamorada? These are all questions we want answered, and the Florida Keys are ground zero for this research. Science has been driven by the curious mind. Dr. Jerry Ault from the Tarpon and Bonefish Research Center at the University of Miami heads a team that has been satellite tagging tarpon for several years now. What his data has revealed is nothing short of remarkable.
So this pattern of tagging, so we've been at it now, I think about 2001. We tagged 350 animals with the variety of the spot and the pat tags. And so what this graphic shows you, of course it's a Google Earth map of the Caribbean Sea, basically the Gulf of Mexico, the Caribbean, here's Cuba and the East Coast. But the green are animals that we've tagged in Veracruz, Mexico. The red is Texas, and I want to point out to you, here's one of our tags that we didn't realize that tarpon actually moved on land, but here was a tag that drove itself to Dallas. Well, it turns out a beachgoer picked up one of our tags on the beach, and the tag went to Dallas. We recovered it. Here's fish in Apalachicola, fish in Boca Grande, fish in the Keys, and then fish up the East Coast. And so notice this group, as I was showing the simulations, tend to go up to the Chesapeake Bay. But we've actually had, so there's this broad movement back and forth east to west of the Gulf. Florida seems to be a crossing point for fishes coming in and moving to the west, to the east. We're not sure yet where those fishes are coming from. Some fish remain in Florida in exceptionally warm years over winter, but it's very clear this, based on the ocean heat content idea, that fishes are moving south. So there's a broad connection of those fishes in ways that we didn't understand before. So what I'm going to do now is put a tag in motion with the data, with the temperature data, so you get a sense. And what we found is, and we tagged about 350 animals, is that the movements of animals are highly correlated with the sea temperature. So the magic number here is going to be where it transitions from yellow to orange, 26 degree isotherm, about 79 degrees Fahrenheit. If you watch up in here, this is the date. So this fish was tagged on May 12th, 2008 in the Keys, about Isla Morada, channel 2 is I believe. And so it spins. The position of the dots here every 3 hours, the location of the animal. The little white line represents the track. And so you can see they can move in 3 hours, move many, many miles. They can get up and motor, much like your flats boat. And so when they move up the coast, everything's not a straight line. There's a lot of back and forth. They tend to hit all the river systems as they move up the coast, and probably there's a bit of re-energizing, putting some fuel in the tank. But we're now into July, and the fishes are in the Carolina, basically about the Savannah River, and then moving up into North Carolina, about late July, if you will. Then we hit the Pamlico Sound, and by early August, we're actually up into the Chesapeake Bay, Reedville, in fact, where the center of the Atlantic menhaden fishery exists. So the tarpon are moving, literally a couple thousand miles as the crow flies, straight line, but a lot further in the context of the back and forth and meandering. And they'll spend, up through the fall until basically the weather changes and the fronts start persisting, and then they're going to move back to the south. So kind of zoom in on this process and look at that structure. And interestingly enough, the idea is that the entire Caribbean Sea is being drained through the Straits of Yucatan. It comes into the Straits of Florida, and then like putting a full volume fire hose into a straw, it's shot all the way to Norway. That heat basically is ventilating the tropics. That energy essentially is allowing the tarpon to migrate against the system, and they have a definite preference for temperature, which we'll talk a little bit about. But it's a very cool process that links the ocean, the atmosphere, and the animal together in a rhythmical cycle that's been playing out over about 100 million years. So you have to remember that tarpon's a wily animal. It survived the extinction of the dinosaur. People talk about climate changes. Here's an animal that's seen a lot of climate change over a long time. So they're very adaptable, and they've lived a long time, but the threat at present is that the seascape, if you will, has changed dramatically for that animal the last 100 years. The populations on our side of the Atlantic have declined, and the question is the resource sustainable?
Silver Kings is brought to you in part by Maverick Boats, Fish the Legend. By SeaDeck Marine Products, your boat deserves SeaDeck. Patagonia, fly fishing apparel and gear. And by Yeti Coolers, built for the wild.
There's a lot fewer fish than I thought. I'm not sure that was the same bunch I was seeing. I was seeing a bunch of fish rolling.
I saw them all with their tails out.
Yeah.
This time of year is normally reserved for guiding clients to tarpon, but today, Rob and Bou are fishing together. They have teamed up with Dr. Ault and Dr. Lou of the University of Miami, who are positioned in another skiff nearby. They are trying to place a satellite tag in a tarpon migrating through Isla Morada.
Yeah, so now it's simply a waiting game for the fish to come in, to be caught, and we'll go and tag those things.
Easy enough, right? Let's go catch a 100-pound tarpon on fly.
You got a nice string coming at you right now at 11 o'clock, a big wad of fish. Right in front of the boat.
I might back in this.
Right in front of them.
We're very optimistic. Got to remain optimistic.
Oh, got him. This is a jump. I saw that sucker coming up to grab it. Nice job, Rob. I'm a believer in the hit 'em. I can tell you that. That sucker did a cartwheel right at you.
I think he's off. I think he's off. Yeah, he's off.
That was sick. You hit that thing so hard, he jerked back. He went to go jump and he go. I can promise you one thing, he ain't ever gonna eat anything that looks like that again.
Well, as with any research, it comes with challenges. A fish needs to be sexually mature and weigh around 100 pounds. These are the migrating tarpon the group is looking for today.
There's some closer, dude, in range.
Got him. Yeah, it wasn't aggressive enough. Oh, you.
Get ready, that other group's coming. That was a good bite. He didn't, kind of a sip bite, you know?
Yeah. I can back cast right here.
Okay, I'll spin it. Which way you want to go?
Back cast.
Up. There you go. Fast ticks. That's a good fish there.
No!
There we go. Watch the buoy. Watch the buoy.
Which side am I on?
You're on the left side. You're
Oh,
good.
boy.
You're good. You're good.
Great job, dude.
You're still on the left side of the buoy. You're still on the left side of it.
You sure?
Yeah. There, you're clear.
Oh, man, great job, Rob. Great job. Oh, man, that's a good one.
Yep.
Great job, dude. That was killer guiding. That was killer guiding.
She's the kind of girl that you want.
Silver Kings is brought to you in part by Isla Morada, the sport fishing capital of the world. By Deep Eddy Vodka, dive in. Nautilus Reels, tested on animals. And by Maverick Boats, fish the legend.
There you go. Fast ticks. That's a good fish there.
Oh, man, great job, Rob. Great job. Oh, man, that's a good one.
Yep.
Great job, dude. That was killer guiding. That was killer guiding.
Well, you made the cast.
Yeah, but you kept me in there, man. You saw that fish behind him.
Yeah.
I'd lost the place of the fly.
Right.
And when you were like, fast ticks, I just kept bringing it, and that fish came up. And,
Yeah, he couldn't stand it.
man.
I'm just gonna get about half your fly line back and let you pull on them.
Yeah. Yeah, this fish is definitely going to be big enough to tag. I mean, you said it right when the fish ate. You said that's the one.
No, that's a nice weight,
Yeah.
you know. There we go.
I can use any help too, Rob, with coaching as I'm fighting this fish. So you just.
I'm gonna try and help you with the boat. You know,
Okay.
just getting behind them.
Yeah.
I always like to be behind them as much as I can, you know. Kind of fighting funny.
Yeah, right? Not really doing much.
I'm not looking here, so tell me if I need to do something.
No, you're doing great. The fish is, I'll tell you, Rob, the fish is fighting like it's,
He's hooked funny.
yeah,
in
like
the
it's
tongue or
almost,
something?
what's that?
Like he's hooked in the tongue. or
Yeah,
something.
weird.
Shaking his head a lot.
Not swimming much.
Yeah. Oh, you're kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Dude, you did nothing wrong there. How does that hook come out? Then.
After all those jumps,
Yeah, good job anyway.
good job to you
Way
too,
to go.
man. I would have never have hooked that fish if it wasn't for you. Oh,
Let me see what.
God.
That's crazy.
The more I look at tarpon, the more I study tarpon, the deeper the mystery becomes about what an incredible physical specimen that animal is. And essentially, the animal itself is just a muscle machine. And the fact that it can lift itself, you know, a 200-pound fish can come 10 feet out of the water is a marvel to scientists, but it in fact is the innate behavior of that animal. Anybody that knows that once you come tight on that animal, he's out of the water. And part of that, again, is just a clearing mechanism. He's coming up, but he's shaking his head and he's trying to throw off anything that's attached to him, hook included. That, of course, is a chagrin to anglers, but the obvious thing is it's been successful in the things that it does to survive as long as it has.
Right now, right now, right now, right now!
Be sure and log on to SilverKingsTV.com or WaypointTV.com to watch past episodes and stay caught up on the series. You can also follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and Vimeo.
Season 2!
Silver Kings is brought to you in part by Yeti Coolers, built for the wild. By Isla Mirada, the sport fishing capital of the world. Smith, the experience is everything. And by Chica Lodge and Spa, authentically Florida Keys, authentically Chica.
Kind of just fiddling around. Oh,
Right here.
got him.
Seen just right of it?
Yep.
Yeah, you might be good. Keep taking it.
Oh,
Tick,
he
tick, tick,
sees
tick,
it.
tick, 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 tick.
That was sick. I had 10 feet of line out. Oh, nice.
You almost laid up before you made the cast.
Yeah. No.
How
He's
big
still,
do you look
he's
down?
still on.
I was looking down. You learned that trick.
Oh, yeah.
Come to the pressure trick.
Yep.
He's 55, 60 pounds. I'm no more like 50 pounds. You didn't like that.
Not at all.
You didn't like swimming backwards.
No.
Oh. I don't have him.
That's okay. I'll bring her back. That's okay.
Man, he wasn't ready that time. He's like, no, I don't like that big dude.
You know what he said? He said, why am I the first sorry
Watch it.
fish that these guys get to catch in 2 days?
He ain't going nowhere now. I won.
Yep. Me too.
It was hooked right through the bone.
Oh, right through the bone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Came out the top.
Yeah, I saw it. That's why I was laughing. Okay, got it. Whatever this is right here. By 52 and a half.
Was it lake?
25 and a half.
Yeah.
52 and a half.
Yeah.
Whatever that is. How-
25 and a half, 52 and a half.
Girth length. Yeah.
I've spent, you know, probably the last half of my career focused on recreational fishing because it's in contrast, the way we learn the science is based on thinking about the effects of commercial exploitation. What's sustainable? Are there maximum sustainable yields? What produces the greatest amount of benefits for society? I'm here at the University of Miami's Rosenstiel School of Marine Atmospheric Science. We are the foremost tropical oceanographic institution in the world. We're the top 3 in the world with Scripps and Woods Hole, but in my opinion, You know, we're number one because we're the U. And that's an important thing because it's a place here where I work with shoulder to shoulder with physical scientists, ocean modelers, atmospheric folks who are thinking about the relationship between ocean and atmosphere. Tarpon and Bonefish Research Center at the university, you know, sets a unique precedent in cutting edge science that's integrating, you know, basic biology with cutting edge technology to begin to put together a much bigger picture. And if you will, it's folks like, you know, that are probably watching the show. You need to know this information so that you can act or be proactive in a process of supporting the scientific effort that works on the policy making to ensure that next time you go fishing, you have a banner day and there's plenty of animals around. So it's a, you know, it comes from a love of this stuff. It's an integrated process that I love to fish. I know what a good day is. I want everybody else to enjoy what I enjoy. And I've always thought I'd try to outsmart the fish. I realize sometimes they're smarter than I am, so I'm still working on that.
Our days with Dr. Ault and Dr. Lou have proven one thing. Satellite tagging tarpon is no easy endeavor. There is no guarantee when it comes to tarpon fishing, even here. We gain deep respect for the hard work that has already gone into the process of discovery and advancing our knowledge of how this beautiful fish lives. With the help of guides and anglers across the state of Florida, efforts continue in the advancement of fishery science and conservation. Follow the Tarpon and Bonefish Research Center at the University of Miami to learn more about their efforts.
Yep.
Whatever comes.